right. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm coming to finish up my story. Look, this is why I truly commend people that do social media. I really do because, like, that's a job. Okay, Lord pays me in full. Look, I'm good, but I'm just saying, like, this is a different type of job. Look, for real. But anywho, picking up where I left off, we wrapping up this story. This is the end of this story. I don't know if I'm coming to y'all with a bedtime story or not. We'll see as time go by later. But after this, I'm gonna chill. Okay, I'm gonna chill. I need a nap. Might try to watch a movie. But anyways, as I said, we're in that new. Okay. We're already in a new season. We're in a new era. So it's kind of awkward. It's odd. Again, this is an odd year. So leaving where I left off at, when I was talking about the gentleman, okay, in reference to the men need to be breathed on. They need to be encouraged. They need to be affirmed. Again, like I said, being empathetic. Bickering back and forth about what this person did, that person did. This is why I said we don't honestly roll with the same people. So in in other people's stuff, and we need to come out of their stuff. Okay. So I gave the example as far as the umbrella. I mentioned how when God gave me in God's timing, um, then and throughout my journey, I pictured the umbrella. How God, you know, God first, okay, and then you have the umbrella. So how then you have the husband, you have the wife, and you have the children. So God will place the umbrella in the husband's hand, right? The father, because he covers the family. He covers the wife and he covers the children. And God himself covers the man and he covers everyone. So until you get your husband, ladies, until you when the time comes, God will cover you. But lay down your will, what you want. Stop thinking that this stuff that we see on TV and some things that we hear, this is why you got to learn to filter out this social media stuff and filter because we so consumed with so much and just up stupid stuff. So for those who want to do the same thing or want to live, that's their choice. But if you got to take in consideration your position. Where are you at? Your lifestyle, your belief, how you move. So we should no longer be moving the same as the world. Okay, like I said, we be mindful, but we don't move the same. So yes, the husband covers the wife. Okay, this is what God is doing. This is why we've been seeing marriages, more marriages. It's not by coincidence you've been seeing different people wanting to the desire. The scripture talks about that. How the woman will desire her husband, right? And the man will rule over her. He will cover her. Again, when we talk in context, you have to be in your position because a lot of us have been in positions to where we've taken on roles and we weren't equipped for the role. And then maybe didn't mature in time or in enough time to be able to stand in that role, right? So knowing your role, okay, knowing who you are, knowing how to move, because knowing how to move is vital. It is what it is. God is a God of order, and we're beginning to see that more and more in order, order being restored, and you can do it the easy. I can't say for me, right? I keep telling y'all, we not gods, and people keep looking at people as gods and idols, and hoping and a wishing like the lottery. God is in control of time at the end of the day. Okay, so we all need to have boundaries and limits and standards, right? Learning lessons. And even though we make mistakes, you still can have boundaries, right? When you know better, you do better. You can still have boundaries. You can still have a standard, right? And you can still have limits. Because people will think because you went too far out, but we came back, that you don't have a standard, right? No, you still can hold a standard. I'm a single mother of three, right? Celibate. People say that you didn't know. No, learning to what, right? Because we wrapping this story up, okay, for the day, hopefully. Okay. I went to the emergency room this morning, okay, to take my two of my girls. And I had to wait in the waiting room. And I ain't had to wait long either though. I didn't. And I thought I was doing something right. Cause we talk like this, y'all. Look, we becoming more and more intimate. Look, I told you once I get a job and get a feel for it, I get more comfortable, but not too comfortable. Right? I become better at my job. So this is what we seeing taking place. I told you y'all watching the transparency of my journey. But anyways, we didn't wait too long, but I called myself trying to do something. So when I took my middle baby to daycare for school this morning, I called myself going to go get one of the numbers, right? Because at the children's emergency room, they have all these different numbers that you pick, first come, first serve. So I was trying to be smart. And I went and got number one, and then I went back to the crib. Now they don't open till 11 now. They didn't open till 11. So I came on back to the house and talking to y'all, running my mouth. Look, I was a little late, but I was within the 11 o'clock hours. On the 11 o'clock hours, 2300, 2023. You're still within the time frame. So I was waiting. But what did happen, I lost my spot, but I got another number. So I ended up having number one, right? But by the time I got back, they gave me number 14. So the enemy would try to steal your joy. I was already a little bit on beast mode, irritated because my girls under the weather, going wicked and putting stuff in the air. I pray for the air quality, right? Because we know people getting sick around, So I was irritated because especially when somebody intentionally doing stuff, it's different when stuff just happens, right? But to intentionality around us, it made me feel some type of way, right? So I'm gonna speak on it because y'all wrong, and it's quite a few people that's on trial in high places that think they're not on trial. Don't think God forgot. He ain't forget. So let's keep going because we finna get into math, okay? So for the doctor's visit, and this is all in reference to the lesson. This is why I'm sharing this. I'm not like some of these folk who share every aspect of their life. I did some of this stuff I didn't even want to share. I told you I commend y'all that be on social media. I like to talk and more so the behind the scenes, but this social media thing, folk be telling all their business and then be mad when people mock them. Ooh, this anyways. Let me keep going. But a waiting room. Okay. So a lot of times I want you to understand I've talked about how we can learn a lesson out of anything. How God, when we slow down, we can actually pay attention and learn. Okay. We not slow. Black people are not slow. So while you thought we were slow, God and caught us up and accelerated us up to speed, and we pulling ninjas over and other people too. Look, it's rush hour. It is rush hour, but we ain't even got to rush. Okay. Okay. Depending on who you are, because I'm taking my time. You ain't even got to rush because, again, God is in control of time. He's the narrator of my story. I don't know. I can't speak for everybody. He's the narrator of everybody's story, but he gives us the opportunity to have insight, right? And allow us to help change the narrative. Some things we have no control over, right? But at the same time, with the book of life, this is all our lives. So everything that we're seeing, everything that we're experiencing, everything we have experienced, this is a big old book. It's a big old book for real. Like I'm still in chapter 2. I won't go to chapter 3 until the Lord lead me. But I just thought about that the other day because I stopped putting the chapters on the book. I said, we still in chapter 2. So remember I told you how a chapter can be long? You can be in a book and in a chapter for a long time, right? And then you go to the next volume. You go to the next series. You go to the next chapter. You go to the next volume. So this is what we experiencing, y'all. Live. So at the waiting room, God has had many of us in the waiting room. Who likes to wait? Half of y'all people, some of y'all out there in the world, I'm about to say in the land, never land, but no, out there in the world, you hurt people over a piece of chicken. Don't have no type of look, just fly off the handle over petty stuff. A lot of people are petty, really. Satan petty, but it's a lot of people that are petty, and it's just like, are you serious? Especially with it's too much going on now. And you don't know what state of mind anybody is in until they respond. So it's a lot. Everybody's dealing with stuff. Everybody's taking one day at a time, So again, no longer will excuses be able to be made for anybody. I don't care, from the bottom to the top, from the top to the bottom. Okay, from the small to the great. That's for everybody. That's including me. Excuses. So again, when they make excuses with mental health to why somebody went and hurt somebody, because a lot of times these ones that is terrorizing, like problem child, be the similar ones. So God is showing the hypocrisy. So God will allow things to happen. God allows Satan think he doing something. He set himself up for the trap. Look, while he was trapping us, you getting trapped. Cheese. Let me stop. Anyways, so how I turned this situation from a what seemed like a negative to a positive. Because again, many of us don't like to wait, right? Wait on God, wait on the promotion, wait on the marriage, wait on the next thing. We like to move fast paced because anything worth waiting for takes time. It takes time. So when we are, people will end up racing the clock, racing time. But being that God is in control of time, He's the timekeeper. He keeps a record of time. That means now, again, like the Ferris wheel, I can slow down and ride, go with the flow, right? Flowing like a stream of water. Come on, Psalms 23 year. So what was interesting to me, since the enemy likes to work with numbers and stuff like that, so how God is a mathematician and he created everything, why they think they've been, running circles on us and playing games, Anywho, so I went from number 1 to number 14. So I was like, dang. But even though I went from 1 to 14, I still got nice and sweet. I love that. Okay. I love that. They took very good care of my babies. They will be just fine. Okay. I requested a vacation, but sometimes vacations come the way you don't expect it. But it's going to be all right because God, even when things may, even though weapons are formed, sometimes they do prosper, right? They do prosper because we read scripture and we say, weapon formed against me shall prosper. Yeah, we say those things, but we've had weapons that have been formed and we've taken hits, right? But still knowing that, yes, God is a healer. He's a deliverer. He's a savior God, whether he do it or not. Come on. Like the three Hebrew boys said, when they were in the fiery furnace, right? With King Nebuchadnezzar, and Jesus was in the fire with them. Come on. That even though you may have went through it, I had got to see and I worked around it. But it didn't affect me like it, or impact me like it impacted other people. That was grace and mercy. So that means, again, Psalms 91, buckle up. How some things may come and the weapons will be formed, but how God will, come on, bring us out of them all. Let's go. So since the number 14, the enemy tried to make me mad. Since I went from 1 to 14, I got irritated. I was like Home Alone in New York, the first one. No, the first one, when Home Alone smacked his face and he got left home alone and he jumped up like, we left Kevin. Oh no, what was it? His parents. Come on, he was like, they were late for their trip to get on a plane to go somewhere, right? On Home Alone with Macaulay Culkin. And they jumped up frantic, like anxiety, sending little games and stuff, the kids to keep them occupied. This is real life. So we going on this journey. So many people understand and know it's a lot to be a parent. Different roles that we have, it's not easy. So thinking people can be part-time, you don't be a part. I'm not a mama. There's no part-time fathers, even though we have them for real. We got part-time mamas and fathers, right? They got their block. But not everything is part-time. You have to give your all. So when people talk about 50-50, each person should be giving their all, giving as much as you can. And over time, you give more. You push more, right? I don't feel like doing a lot of things. I don't want to be nice all the time. Sometimes I could be naughty. I could be mean. But I make a decision and a choice. It's a lot of people that could be out here snapping and tripping. So for people to think that you can, I don't care who you are. Look, I don't discriminate. To think that you can talk to people any kind of way, even my people, to disrespect folk. or feel like you can hurt somebody because you think you Tony Montana, and behind that you Saucy Montana. No shade, just real. Who do you think you are? God holds us all accountable. I want people to make sure that's clear. All held accountable. So today we're gonna say the magic number is 14. You know, some of us on the magic school bus, the yellow school bus. And we are special, and we are in the positive, turn your morning into sunshine. Ecclesiastes, he will turn the turntables and turn things around on our behalf, right? Won't he turn it around? Won't he do it? So where to some people, somebody over there might be experiencing, lack and hurt, right? And it may be my harvest season. Not maybe, baby, it is. It's my season. It's my time. Look, y'all better catch this. It might be your time too, but it's my time. Okay. So this is the season. This is the season. This is miracle season. God's gonna trouble the water. God is troubling the water. Come on, Jordan. So, anyways, magic number 14 on the school bus. Don't go too deep, too far. We're not talking about, I mentioned again, because we got hocus pocus around the corner. We got the witches out. We got they look, and some of them pretty. They ain't all ugly. Some of y'all getting to see that. That's what it looked like is not always behind what you see. Okay, so you better sometime look, like they say, dip them in the water. Some people need to be dipped in the water. Then you can see who they really are. Look, we don't melt. I ain't no shit gonna melt. It rained the other day, boy. I ran out there real quick. Some people be scared to get wet. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. So in 2009, I became a certified nursing assistant, right? A CNA, right? It's a lot of Black people. I notice a lot of Black women in healthcare, right? Giving care. Some of them got their block too, though, and don't give a care. And we watch people pass us by, right? Some of us have had conversations like that where we watch people pass us by and we're working hard. You're going to school, you're trying to do the right thing. And it seems like you just can't get a break. It's no way of escape. Not just in healthcare. This is for all of us. Many of us, not everybody. I told you my demographic, who we reaching ain't the same. Okay, but all of us, look, we in the same crew, same membership, same team. Okay, it's just different people that God is using from different perspectives. Let's keep going. But anyways, I remember one of the things that I learned, and I was going to Everest, and they had I think it was a lawsuit or something against them, and I don't remember getting no money. I told you back pay. Why people keep playing back pay? God ain't playing back pay. Okay, but anyways, I went to Everest, and I remember my instructor told me that this is a common sense job. That is one of the things that stuck with me. I can't remember her name, but I can see her face where she told her class that this is a common sense job. So as a caregiver and have been given care, and how God will level you up in your position, how I've been doing the same thing and he's been leveling me up at the same time in reference to giving care to people, working with people, how God will promote us in the midst of a storm and promote us like Uncle David and send you back out to the field to go work, but you be anointed king, but I will be a queen. I am a queen. Come on, what's up, kings and queens? You've been hearing people say that lately. Don't it hit different? We've been hearing more people been saying that, and it's like it's kind of, it feels some type of way, but I've been embracing it. Look, brace to embrace. Look, I done had women and men. What's up, king? Look, what's up, queen? I'd be like, thank you, good morning, make you feel some type of way, especially when people have hated you, be jealous of you, from different perspectives, in your walk. It make you feel some type of way, but learn to walk into royalty. God is preparing us and grooming us for royalty. So as I was told before, walk in it. Walk into the blessings. We walking into the promised land. And we walking into everything God has for us. Yes, it's going to be a bumpy ride. Psalms 91, but buckle up. Come on. God is gentle with his people. So 14 years now makes how long I've been a nursing assistant, giving care to people, even though I've done other things, right? So it's like the 14 was coming up and around, and I don't try not to get into too much stuff because, Satan is opposite of God. So when they do all that witchcraft and astrology and all that other stuff that even some of us was into with playing the lottery, and they've been betting on us and gambling and all this other stuff. But I told you, all bets is off, right? That game over, okay? That God, look, it's a fixed fight. It's already won. He's just going through the motions now, but you got to stay ready to make it to the finish line. Come on, make it to go eat. We're going to go eat. Sometimes we do. Need to eat. Look, the Lord had to get on me the other day and remind me to eat. So gentle. Went and got me something to eat. Who was it? Elisha, when he was running from the prophets of Baal, and God still gave him nutrients, even though it became a lot before he got the double portion. Come on, this part, that part, where God still fed him, nurtured him, allowed him to get nutrients. He checked them and corrected them too, and passed the baton. Come on, I told you it's a marathon. We're gonna finish strong today. Despite all adversity, everything that's going on in our natural life, spiritual life. Look, we pressing towards the mark. But how God has been providing. Come on. You get nutrients from the roots. Ooh, how God will deep things to be able to go down the line. And it just seemed like everybody been calling today. Y'all see, I just got off the other one for what's the day? What time is it? Like, people got that blocked. That's not an emergency. We're gonna eat. That's not an emergency. But you know, I told you how you be doing stuff, distractions come. How to get off the line the other time, but that was an important phone call. I told you the enemy get busy because he don't be wanting us to talk. He don't be wanting us to do stuff what we supposed to do. He want us to be distracted. But anyways, I was talking about the 14, how God will bring things back around and how God will turn a negative into a positive, right? Because he's doing something. He wants us to slow down and pay attention and not be so emotional. Don't so caught up in the moment. Don't stay there. Again, Lot's wife turned into a pillar of salt because she stayed stuck. She was so consumed with what was behind her, the past. Yes, God is allowing us to revisit things, but we don't stay there, right? Pack light. We going somewhere. God is taking us. We taking off, right? Pack your bags. We taking off. It is exactly what it is. And he say, pack light. He got everything we need. Look, and then you know what? He gonna have people bless us in the midst of it. Didn't he do that in Exodus? He did. He did that thing. He put it on their heart where they had to bless the children of Israel for they left. Look, bless those who bless you and curse those who curse you. And we've been walking in curses and stuff, and people think it was just us. It ain't just us. So I was so admitted into the gifted program in 2014. So I went through a time of testing and trials and lessons and pop quizzes and sinkings and all the above for 5 years. Come on, Grace. What's up? Grace and mercy. To be ready by 2019, because little and behold, did I know that I had work to do. Honestly, if God would have let us know what we signed up for real, would you really go? You see people and people end up dealing with PTSD and all these things. It costs. They went active duty. So some of us sent us active duty in different areas in different ways, and we didn't even know we were active. But he sent us through training courses, and we had to go through the waiting room, and we had to get different techniques and equipment along our journey. He sent different people along our marathon, right? Along our race and our journey, to give us everything we need, just like them roots. Come on. Where are you planted? I don't know. I'm planted by the stream, the river. Psalm 23 again. Where you planted? Look, where are you planted? Because some of us have been in the wrong garden. So having in 2014, and it was ironic, and God brings back to my remembrance of certain, time frames, and how he'll bring things back to our remembrance. 2014 was a time frame, again, that's similar to now, and 2008. How he'll bring it back to our remembrance, and he's bringing it back to the people's remembrance. They know who they are. Well, they thought they were tricking us, and God had to accelerate us and get up the speed. Touchdown, dunking on them, shooting them threes. Ooh, yes. Well, the enemy thought even like with the Bible. Well, again, if Satan would have known that all that he did, even with Judas and all the traps and snares and different things with Jesus, that was actually The pain, the pressure, and the work and everything else was pushing him into purpose. If he would have known that, with many of us, if not just Satan, but come on, he think he know everything. He petty. He don't know everything. If many of our enemies and those around us would have known, even some of our bosses and co-workers and people around us, God has used to allow us to step up, where he'll allow your enemies to be to upgrade us, right? To where how he's used even some that were a little dirty, that were nasty and shady, that may have looked like you. They could have been in the church, they could have been on the job, they could have been in your family. They help push you into position. Well, he allowed you to experience, many of us, certain things so you will know when you see it again and it comes back around. Or you see something familiar, right? It could be a different person, but this is familiar. I've seen this before. Come on, Denzel Washington. Deja vu. Running out of time. So again, with that hourglass, where time has been running out, on the right time. Ooh, the right side. Look, this is why I came home. I came home. Jellica, she's home with her father. Look, I done came back to the father. I done ran back. Look, he say my sheep know my voice. Look, I need to be in safety. Look, on my knees, prodigal daughter. Look, gave me a ring. The ring coming soon. Ring the bell. Sound the alarm. I went back to the father. Look, my father is where it's at. But how so much has impacted so many of us, right? And God will allow us again to see the strategic details in this story and how the enemy strives at those shots. Different ways. And they be subtle. It be simple. Right? And some people are about to bust. You got this whole, we in a place time where they talking about this money, dog. Like for real, it's a lot going on. We at a time of reset. A lot of people depressed and have great depression, right? Anxiety, stress, going through a lot. Many are on the verge of the brink of a breakthrough or a breakdown. So again, we want to make sure we transition. Come on. It'd be a smooth transition. It may be a little bumpy ride, right? But again, God prepared us before now. So also shout out to Aaliyah and her husband. Happy anniversary. This is their 14th year anniversary. Come on. How God will bring things back around. Come on. We counteract the enemy. Good things. How God has been doing good things. Even knowing who you are, as God has been cleaning up his people and his women and his ladies and the different things that he's doing, knowing that your worth, your virtue. It's the 31st, come on, of August. Let's think about Proverbs 31. Far more than rubies, priceless. To where people and society and the world will try to dictate our value. So this is why God cleans us up. This is why he cleans us up from the inside out, to restore value. Can't nobody do us. They don't like that name, Jesus. Can't run from it. You ain't gonna be able to hide. Even if you cut me off, he's still coming. Time while y'all throwing shots, our Father in heaven is fighting for us. But yes, he's been grooming the women. So it's not coincidences why they flipping coins and all this other stuff, heads or tails. The word says that we're the head. So yes, God has been preparing us, the men and the women. At the same time, he's been healing us. Come on, isn't he our everything? Being a provider, teaching us how to parent our children. Because again, we are all learning as we go. We learn different things from our upbringing, but we don't all learn the same. We don't all comprehend the same. We don't have all the same experiences. So now it makes sense when God uses people from different perspectives. That's why I like how Pastor Darby gives the example of a diamond. A diamond is multifaceted. So when I see people talk about, the diamond in the rough, when I took my trucking class for end-time dispatch, right? Come on, how we dispatch truck but angels go. How it was a young lady that trained me. Come on, I say this with everybody, older and younger. And she had diamonds in the rough. Come on. Where people have been through rough times and hardships, how God has been cleaning us up. And those that have felt rejected is allowing to now shine bright like a, come on. And this ain't no Rihanna. Everybody ain't on the same cruise. We want everybody to come to our side. But some people choose and have already chosen. That's between them and God. So it's no shade in anything I'm saying, but we got to talk real. We ain't got time to keep playing these games and sugarcoat and stuff. I'm real sweet. Sour, but not too much. Because the word talks about, come on, the kids' teeth, sour grapes on edge. To where how now each person is accountable for their own sin, their own soul, their own life. So yes, we have things as collectives and individuals and groups and stuff. But at the end of the day, at the end of the book and this new beginning, each person is accountable for themselves. And we have other people that God is holding us accountable for. Just like I'm accountable for my children because they're still underage. But then God sends us people, ooh, baby, that he holds us accountable for in different positions as leaders, and from our jobs to the church to the government, from the bottom to the top to the top to the bottom. Because you know, some people, they're triangle inverted. So when they thought they were going up, they were really going down. They really thought they were ahead, but they really were the tail on the donkey. Making jokes about stuff, but you was really the goat. But mocking the greatest of all time, dunking on them. Come on. God ain't playing. The line on the front line. For a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So people talk about people's feelings, and even myself with being empathetic and compassionate. I'm always mindful of people's feelings and trying not to say things the wrong way. And my delivery, come on, being a midwife, being a male woman, come on, special delivery, to where I'm so conscious and overly conscious of how I talk to people, or how I say things, and how I, do. But it comes a time where God pushes us as a dove. Come on. Folk gonna need that salt. Look, they got stuff going on again with these truck drivers. We've been having shortages now. Stock up. He prepares us in every area. No, we're not gonna know everything and how things happen. That's the unknown. We all in the unknown. We just out here. Look, I ain't wondering. I trust God. We've been in the wonder years too long. God is bringing us out. It's time to come out. That prophecy was given to me. Look, when I had the impact. Look, what's up, Pastor Moody? And the sound. Come on, playing the guitar. How God didn't he know he was producing a pure sound? But that man prophesied that to me. He said, you coming out. And that's not a telltale when it's slow and ignorant and special, right? And can't get it right in this life. Look, they don't know what time it is. It's coming. Look, God is sounding the alarm. He is working on our behalf. And it just truly blesses me to just see the goodness of the Lord, the blessings, and humble heart. Those are the ones he's been using. They not perfect. He's been sprouting us like flowers. It's harvest season. How he has seeing. Come on. Again, I mentioned our new year. Come on. It's technically starting next month. So all this time, we didn't even know we've been in a new chapter. We've been in the new. Come on, new. Lauren London, bridges falling down. Oh, We already been in the new and didn't even know. So we need to embrace it. Don't let people take your joy. I told you when I was in that dream and I was in court, and this feels so real. When I was in court and that lady that was opposite of me, and she wanted to get me to come outside of myself when we was in the courtroom and all them people was on trial, the different people groups, and God said the judgment was set in the dream. Look to what God is doing. A straight movement, a revelation of revelations too, but a whole revolution. You ain't hear it here first. You heard it first in his word. God preparing us on all levels. So embrace it. Brace though. Again, a little turbulence. Personal lives outside the house. This is why I wanted to come outside today. Look, come outside the box. We ain't no jack in the box, no jack of all trades, and they around here throwing death cards and stuff like spades. We cutting it. I know what the card look like. You throw the spades. They out here throwing roses, rose. They planning a great falling. Look, we got the falling away because the Lord has got the sword out now. He done pulled it out. He been giving his people time before the sword go forth. We've been seeing it. But some of us, he been giving you time. This is why I brought out this word. I'm gonna feed y'all. Look, I told y'all I'm catering today. Look, let me cater to you. Let me serve. Look, you got to learn to serve. Got to send us out to serve the people. What you think? No, every aspect, just like Karate Kid, wax on, wax off. Every aspect of our life has been a teaching moment and a lesson, whether it was good or bad. Again, this is the master's class, and he is the realest teacher. And we want to make sure there is no child left behind. So let's go ahead and get into this word. Look, finish. Look, I told you I got my water. Let me take one sip. This is why he has some of us working behind the scene. I mean, he pushing us to the front though now, but he has us behind the scene, and now we on the front line and stuff. But so we could see, right? So stuff is picking up again, right? So that means take your vitamins, drink your water, anoint yourselves, anoint your children. Be mindful, be aware. I have to tell my mama this all the time. For the older and the younger, I tell my kids, I'm so proud of my baby. Look, we was out today, when we was leaving our appointment, right? She told my mom, they go to police, they go to Popo, they go 12. Look, you got to teach your kids because we have to be ready on all sides, because I could have been speeding. I think I got a ticket the other night. It wasn't no super ticket, but I tried to make the light. See, this is why we don't be doing stuff. Look, I tried to make the light and it was yellow. See, this is why you got to stop sometimes. You got to know when to stop. And I seen them lights flashing. Y'all know how Riverdale is, man. I'm like, dang. So I'm hoping and wishing. But we're being realistic. I might be in the courtroom for real. We in it for real now, in the courtroom for real. But that's going to be a whole nother perspective. And I'm not going to be, I'm just going to be like, I didn't slow down. I got to be honest. At the same time, pray for grace and mercy with the judge and the DA. Because you see, they got the DA here in Georgia trying to all this other stuff because of Trump. I told you, y'all better pay attention. Y'all better pay attention. We are seeing by somebody hollering mental health. And God got me standing witness and standing trial somebody that has dealt with mental health issues. That's not no excuse. So it's only okay for some of us to be mindful how we respond. Who do you think you are? These small kids, that's why we got to cover them babies, and cover some of y'all pregnant. We got to cover them. But those that are aged, I've been telling my oldest, that's 13. It's like looking in the mirror. God bringing things back to revisit. Me personally, I'm not just fighting for myself. I'm fighting because you feel like you got the right and it's okay. And these in between the line laws and stuff. And we repeating history. So he gives warning, because God has blessed me favor with so many different people, even people that don't look like me, that are not my same color. He blessed me with favor from different people. So again, whomsoever will, let them come. God is extending an invitation. Yeah, I'm extending to come. You got to think about money and stuff like that. Everybody can't come to my natural wedding. But the wedding banquet that the Lord is having with the 5 wise, the 5 foolish, and we don't want to be locked out. Thank you, Lord, for bringing it back. I asked him, what did that mean? The other day I had to drop out. And I was speaking to some different people and this young lady, this Black young lady. And I was telling them, warning them. I've had this happen in many dreams where it's like I was, hey, and it's like people not listening, or my voice was gone. Ooh. And I was trying to warn different people, and I was telling the lady, I saw a spaceship in the sky, and I saw it and telling her. She's like, girl, I saw it. You were telling the truth, because people think you be lying sometimes. But we see evidence coming out, and we'll all see what's coming. So I want to say some stuff we have to be equipped for, even me. For real, this ain't nothing to play with. But I remember seeing on that cloud locked out. So let's use context clues and make connections. Come on, help us, Lord. But we've been hearing people talking about getting your crown, and we've been hearing people talking about getting your oil, the 5 foolish and the 5 wise, and when the door was locked for the wedding banquet. So when to make it make sense, when God has been speaking, he's speaking on levels. Again, darkness cannot comprehend light. At the same time, yes, there are some people that may not comprehend what is taking place right now. Some people are numb. Some people have amnesia. Some people in denial. Some people just don't know. They deflect. They know something is happening. They know something is going on. Not everybody believes the word of God. We all will see, huh? Foundation, we're getting ready for different things. So yes, natural weddings. Oh, and we have to have another suit to go to, heaven. So there's phases that are happening. There's a timeline of events that are still occurring and that have to occur. Yes, in the book, the live, and we in the new at the same time. But the word again says, "He who endures." So there's different things, just like when you run in a marathon. Us doing this marathon all together. And some people end up getting off on your side. Tell them go back on their side. Go over there because you're distracting me. Some people you got to send them on. We all running this race. So yes, obstacles, challenges, experiences, trauma. And God recognizes and sees it all. And he will help each and every individual. He will support you and provide. Come on. The help that you need along your journey, along your way. So what he may have used for me in my race, in my lane, in my zone. Come on, Atlanta, with everybody in the zones. In my own zone. He will guide you. Come on, because this is where we at, and this is prophetic times, and we want to know. We want to know. We don't want to guess nothing. So again, my men, God is raising you up. God is cleaning you up, and God sends people before us. So he sent, come on, the elders, guide people up. But we've been like Judas's for 30 pieces of silver, stepping on each other. Your own people selling each other out, or selling your soul out, or taking yourself out because of the guilt. There is no condemnation with Jesus Christ. So the thing about it with God, he's such a gentleman. But some folk don't realize how God will call you out. He gives us grace and mercy, but he don't play with his children, even those that go astray, especially when you lead in the flock astray and you think this a joke. See, I come with all love, right? But Jesus is king. And God moved differently. How he to play my ear when I had that visitation of that angel. Come on, God gives warning before destruction. He warns his people. You can twirl around the floor in church and twirl around everything you want to do. That means nothing. Count it all dung. If your heart ain't right, your soul ain't right, your spirit ain't right, your mind ain't right, you ain't treating people right, you leading people down destruction, but you justifying your actions. He come for the church first. I'm outside and see you. You be nosy, just nosy. Mrs. Parker, Mrs. Parker. They be nosy, y'all. Anyways, they need to hear this too. It might be for them too. And they dogs. Let me keep going. Okay, so we coming from Jeremiah. Okay, let me feed y'all and get y'all full for today. Okay, because we celebrating again. I'm busting in. Imagine, come on, the somebody with the big drum, because they didn't have this 808 drum. Come on, it had our frequency off, and we getting back on one accord. Okay, God is on the keys. We need God on the keys, because look, when God do it, he gonna make an example out of you. I just decided to fall on the rock and say, well, Lord, what you want me to say? You know, He'll clean you up and heal your heart. But some of y'all, you trying to hide and not in the closet. Nobody's trapped no more. Ain't no trapped in the closet no more. We out here. You see people coming out the closet on social media and everything's out. Mask off. So ain't no point of hiding up into the people. Come on. Even when they call you outside your name. Now, sometimes you get people. Now, take your disrespect for cell phone, because this is why people get knocked out. This is a different generation. Look, I done talked to older and younger. They not playing either, even the older ones.